Hello, everyone. My name is Shanae Jones, and this is KNKY, which stands for Know the New Kinky You. I'm your resident certified sex coach, and we are talking about the holidays. So hopefully you got a chance to watch the IG Live repost, which is the introduction to the three-part series to come. And we are going to talk tonight about Christmas and doing things a little bit differently when it comes to gift giving. So I came up with some intimate present ideas that you could do for Christmas. Now, Christmas is that time of giving, and if one person is giving, there has to be someone else receiving. I tend to enjoy giving gifts because it's your opportunity to show off how well you know a person. And not all gifts have to be big or flashy or expensive. But if you have that bag, feel free to go balls to the wall. But your gift should still be a reflection of what you know and how you feel about that person. Or it could even be something that you share together. So the most special gifts should be able to add to your connection to the other person. Now, even if you're balling on a budget, which is fine, that doesn't mean you can't be thoughtful. It really is the thought that counts for most of us. And regardless of your situation, you may be having trouble thinking of something to get for your partner. So, as your sex coach, it was my pleasure to try to come up with some creative ways that you could share Christmas together in a more kinky fashion. So, and I got you different levels, so don't worry about that. It's not like we only talking about whips and chains, but we will. So, most of these you can find on Amazon. I would be careful about opening them up in like the family setting, but your family might be very open, so we'll see. If you have trouble finding any of the items that I talked about, send a comment and I will send you a link to that item. Or there's usually several types of items, but I'm just giving you something to think about. Now, we're going to break them up into different categories. We have the games and novelty gifts. So the first one was a very cute kissing mug set. And this kissing mug set, the reason why I put it on the list is because, we don't spend a lot of time, just most of us don't spend a lot of time just kissing and, sharing that very sweet but intimate moment. And if you had this mug, you would think about kissing your partner, and hopefully, every time you think about kissing them, when you get those opportunities to do so, you will. There was a date night box set where there was a game called Talk, Flirt, or Dare. Now, what you can do is see how you can build up the intensity for each of these levels. So, of course, the game will have rules and things that you're supposed to do, but always feel free to be creative. You could be a dirty talker or flirt like you're strangers or dare to do something new. So, figure it out within the context of the game. There was a gift called Fuck It, Let's Do It. Now, this was a 100 challenge bucket list and planner. But again, as your sex coach, I suggest that you come up with 100 sexually based things that you would like to scratch off your sex list, your fuck it list. And then, actually do them. There was a gift that I gave somebody a few years back where it said, I love fucking you. I fucking love you. And so I kept the dog chain, gave him the collar. The key ring. I said collar. Gave him the key ring, and it was just a cute little gift, at least to me. There's also something called a sex coupon book. Now you can always buy these, but I think that it's also fun to make them together. You can buy a blank one and you can kind of fill in whatever it is that you want the other person to do. And hopefully these are things that you're knocking off of your bucket list. So there's that. If you are a fan of the position posts that I put on Instagram and you've tried any of them, there are books out there for position of the day. And so I would suggest that you have a couples challenge where you do your best to keep up with the book. Do a different position every day and go see how far along you can go with the book before you have to break the momentum. There is a game called Hot and Sexy Would You Rather Edition. And so you've heard of the game Would You Rather. It would be an opportunity to have sexy conversation and maybe see how that conversation can spark some imagination. And this is the part where I tell you, don't hold back your truth and, try to make up your own scenarios. You don't always have to go along with these games. My daughter will be the one to tell you, you can make up your own rules. So as long as you're both on the same page, don't cheat, but make up your own rules. Now, if you're a fan of chocolate for Christmas, I would suggest you make it the melting kind, where you can always find ways to go back for desserts, second or a third time. You can be very creative. And in fact, if you are deeming yourself an artiste, try getting some paint brushes so that melted chocolate, perhaps you can be creative and use the paint brushes and make your body a canvas, and then figure out a way to get the chocolate off without having to wash it. So be creative. So that was my novelty stuff. Okay, so perhaps you're into adult toys for Christmas, and you could start by trying to get a gift card to your local toy store and make it a date night. Go shopping, try to find something that both of you will enjoy, and perhaps maybe you'll even get a chance to try it before you make it home. As an example, you might find a vibrating panty with a remote control. Now, the beauty of this gift is, one partner has the vibrator, one partner has the remote, and without knowing, and the remote, they have ones that have apps too, so perhaps the app will be a little less obvious because most people are on their phones these days. But, you're controlling when that person gets this unexpected vibration. So, there is a bit of intimacy with that. Some people like it for long distance relationships, others not. So, keep that in mind when you're talking about gifts, but make sure that, you're very careful about where you are when you do this, because some people might notice. You might not care, but just know that they might notice. There's also the magic wand. This is a very traditional gift. It's actually a massager. So, nothing too bad about it, but somebody just found the perfect place to massage yourself with it. But it's not designated for that purpose, so that is one that you could possibly open up in the family room, maybe. And every girl needs a good bullet. So if you want to surprise her, and this is, just this gift from a man to a woman or a woman to a woman. I don't think guys use that many vibrators, maybe. But, try to find one that has varying speeds and patterns and, hopefully rechargeable. Some people like the battery still, but, they have variations. So, maybe look through some of the ones that she already has and figure out if she has a favorite. Replenish her favorite. So, that's for the adult toys. Now, moving into what I call dress up or dress down. You have different ways of expressing yourselves, and as a dress up moment, you could decide to be Mr. and Mrs. Santa and, find matching outfits, and perhaps one of you has been a little naughty and needs to be punished, or perhaps both of you have. You can have fun with it. If you do decide that someone needs to be punished, you can think about some of the bondage gear we talked about earlier. You have, you can go light and you can do a blindfold or some ties or cuffs where, you actually need a key. They also have ones where harnesses where you can be strapped to the bed, or you can be, harnessed and tied to yourself. You can try a new swing. If you had an old swing, you can replace it, or you can try a swing. And if you do decide to go to the bondage, it's almost a priority that you have to get a whip. So just keep that in mind as you're shopping. Now, if you don't want to go full-fledged dressed up, You can get a nice piece of lingerie, or, you know, for an underwear set would be nice. Fellas, this counts even if you like your woman in like a wife beater and boy shorts. If there's something sexy that you like to see her in, get it for her. And ladies, if you are tired of seeing your man in some raggedy old drawers, reach out, get him a pair of nice fitted black boxer briefs, and you know, those are always nice. If you have time, depending on when you're watching this video, if you have some new panties or boxers where you can get them take it to a print shop and maybe get your name or their name printed across of it in the front or the back, depending, or even some kind of picture, you can get it printed. Only take new underwear to the print shop. Please don't take old underwear to the print shop. And in this category, last but not least, let's say that you're not necessarily into lingerie and dressing up. If that's the case, perhaps buy her a new pair of shoes, that nice pair of heels, or something that she finds herself feeling sexy in, and perhaps you can, you know, just see her in the shoes. And if you add some music to it, you know, make it a little sexy, make it a show, it could work. All right, so let's talk about some electronics and jewelry. You could buy yourself a new DSLR camera or a video recorder. You can try making a movie and, you know, watch yourself open up all of your new presents and see how the night progresses. And you can always go back to watch it later. So that's the beauty of the camera. Perhaps you're old school and you don't like the digital cameras. Go ahead and buy a Polaroid, you know, snap a few shots. And, you know, as those develop, I'm sure you can find something to do to entertain yourself, because those tend to take a while to let the dry. You can also think about buying a cock ring. So, you know, we bought the bullet for the ladies. Gentlemen, you know, you need a new cock ring. And those, you know, they come in various shapes. And, you know, ladies, of course, he wears it, but it's meant for everybody involved. So keep that in mind if you want a new piece of jewelry. And if you are thinking about giving somebody a figurative pearl necklace, you might want to also accompany that with anal beads. Now, they come in different sizes, so make sure that you know his or her size so that they fit appropriately. Now, I wanted to give you a very short list of potential sexy gift items that you could do for Christmas. And you know, it's just the thought of everything doesn't have to be so traditional. Everything doesn't have to be so tight. You can have your family open Christmas, and then you can have a Christmas to the side as a couple where you're doing things that you probably don't traditionally do. So I hope you got some good gift ideas. And the beauty of these gift ideas is that they're not just for Christmas. You can use them for birthdays, Tuesdays, whatever day. Anything that ends in day, you can do it. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and share. Follow me on all social media at DOYOUKNKY. I hope you enjoyed this and see you in the next one.